We welcome you to the Priscilla R. Tyson Cultural Arts Center for our conversations and coffee on this 13th day of February, the day before Valentine's Day. St. Valentine's, a priest who delivered notes and encouraging words to people in prison in the 3rd century under Roman Emperor Claudius. Valentine is known for encouraging people in prison with notes of love, and he signed them from your Valentine. He was martyred for marrying couples in defiance of the Emperor Claudius, who put a ban on marriage for Christians. But his love prevailed, huh? And we celebrate his love. Isn't it amazing how we celebrate St. Valentine, huh? The love and care for each other to this day. In the spirit of this love and delight, we welcome our guest artist today from Open Door Columbus, Tether Cantor. Here, Tether, stand. Hello. Hi. You want to stand up? She's a creative mentor at Open Door Studio and Gallery. Her mission, she shares, is to inspire life journeys. Tether has a background in graphic design and has found it invaluable, and she is happy to work alongside of talented co-workers who are professional artists. The artist she serves also inspired her to create her own artwork, and she feels truly blessed to be part of the journey in art and part of such a great team. She has a strong passion for mixed media, and it's the primary focus of the pieces she helps facilitate. As she continues on her artistic journey, she's been creating her own pieces to hone her skills and develop her style. Wonderful, and she facilitates bringing together artists from Open Door, and we are very grateful. And yes, let's have a clap for amazing. Yeah. And Tim Blackwell, an artist in graphic design with an emphasis of pen on paper. And Tim is a Columbus native, a prolific illustrator and Imagineer. The most important thing to Tim is experiencing inspiration for new art, which drives him to spend his time surfing the internet, reading and researching various fascinating topics, such as monsters, animals, Japanese culture, that he brings into his own creations. Tim's work brings to life a tapestry of his wonderfully whimsical world with every piece. Tim recently had the opportunity to have his first public exhibition at the Block Fort in April of 2024. Congratulations. Round of applause for Tim.
Thank you.
And he will be presenting his art as we go through the introductions. All right. And Joe Gillum has attended Open Door Art Studio and Gallery since 2021. His emphasis is in ceramics, acrylic, and mixed media. Joe is a resourceful artist and is able to figure out how to make just about anything. He has always been a creative person and likes to make things with his hands. Joe uses found objects and mixing materials that wouldn't normally go together, like finer knit fibers and ceramic stoneware. Joe is a hard worker and appreciates the opportunities that arts have given him. I have been delighted with his gifts to me. Look, aren't they wonderful? Handbags? And he would surprise me with them. Once he gave me one, and then he gave me another. Are they wonderful? Yes. Thank you, and we'll be looking forward to more of the art you're going to share. Okay. Self-proclaimed optimist in acrylics, Angela. In acrylics and ceramics, Angela Light is a caring and loving person. Her bubbly personality can be seen in her abstract color block paintings. She often depicts cute kitties and beautiful flowers and colorful birds. She likes to keep her work simple and takes pride in her craft. When Angela isn't at the studio, she spends her free time swimming, reading teen novels, going to church, and eating fettuccine alfredo. Angela has recently started going to Open Doors Art Studio, located at 400 Rich Street, which offers a change for Angela to work one-on-one with creative mentors in a quiet and cozy atmosphere. Welcome, welcome. So glad to have you, Angela. All right. All right now.
So I have been with Open Door for 5 years now. I've been at the studio for 2.5. We believe in the transformative power of the arts and are committed to fostering personal and artistic growth and deepening community connection. We're located in Grandview Heights off of Goodell. We do have a show on this Saturday from 5 to 7. If anybody is interested in coming, it is the Artfully Edible show. So everything is food related and it looks very delicious.
And you want to say again the address?
It's 1050 Goodell Boulevard. It's in Grandview Heights. Open Door Art Studio provides creative support and services and representation to artists with disabilities across Central Ohio. We help them develop their portfolios. We help them apply for different exhibitions. Angela currently has a piece that she worked with Miss Julieta on at the Rife Center right now on exhibition. So yeah, that's a little bit about us. I want to let Tim come and talk about his work. You want to hold it or I'll hold it?
I think I should hold it.
You want me to hold up your notebook then?
Yeah.
Okay.
You see these drawings up there? They're digitally created by me. These are based off of inanimate objects and robots, and they are created from my mind. Yep, and I also do works on paper too. I usually do things, I am a freelance artist and author, and I also have lots of sketchbooks of various works which I have drawn. For example, this here is based off of a pizza slicer and a yokai from Japanese folklore called Sohachibon, a floating pair of symbols which floats through the air like a pair of UFOs. And as you can see, Saturday, I had an art show based off of these pictures I made with someone called Lathan. And it was at a company called The Awesome Company. Yes, indeed. Now, The Awesome Company found me whilst I was at Boundless, another company. Yeah. This right here is based off of a tsukumogami of a kettle or a rice pot and a pizza oven.
One more.
Okay, one more. This is basically a mug-headed monster. Yep.
You got your inspiration from a teacup?
A mug. Yeah. I get my inspiration from all kinds of sources. Monsters, animals, dogs, spiders, and what have you. even things from TV shows and movies.
I have a link on one of his slides.
Yeah.
So, The World of Wobbly. This was his first exhibition.
What's the name of the character that has the teacup and the one eye? You just showed on the sketchbook.
You mean the?
Show.
Could you show me that again?
So this one.
He was called Mug Manager, aka Mug Master. You're welcome.
He was April 4th of 2024. He was He was featured on The World of Wobbly, and then they interviewed him.
On Good Day Columbus, no less.
Yes. So this is just a little bit about him. But if you go on the internet, you can look it up and watch the thing. All right, Mr. Joe.
Is that like cartooning or something, World of Wobbly? Cartoons? I don't know what it is.
I think it's drawing cartoons, kinda like that. I mostly draw animate objects and monsters and what have you.
It's not popping up there.
Stories using your characters then?
I haven't, but I have made fan fictions on DeviantArt.
All right, you want Joe to go?
All right.
That's great. Honor.
Thank you.
All right. Here you go. Yep, you want to talk about your ceramics?
Sketchbook over there for me, please. Thank you.
Joe,
Okay,
you want to explain your art?
the first part, we did it in clay first. And I knitted it by finger.
So you made the bowl with Alex, and then the creative mentor will help him put holes into the bowl, and then we fire it, and then Joe attaches his finger knits to the ceramics. And then to make it hard, we just dip it in Mod Podge. Yep.
And
The first picture, Joe, we did
the plates,
we did a paper plate with Miss Julieta. That was for our More Art, Less Plastic show. Yeah.
and the second one is the one that Alex helped me make.
And then you got,
The paper plate and tell us is it waterproof now, the paper plate?
it is waterproof.
Yeah,
What's on that to protect it from water?
It's fired and glazed. So we can pass that one around too.
Maybe the paper burned out if it was fired.
I had to explain the technique.
Originated Okay, hello, my name is Julieta. We worked together and it was amazing. He's the best at ceramics. I work with him and I challenge him every single day. We used plates, paper plates. We used a slab and we did the finger, like the print of the plate. We made the pressure, then we did the cut. We made the plate, this exact same impression as the plate, and then we crumble them and we attach them together without leaving the plate on. And at the moment when it dried, we took the plate out and we fired them, and then we fired them again with white glaze on.
So how much of that did Joe do?
Everything.
You just kind of showed.
I just show him, and he did the crumble, he did everything. So he's amazing at doing it.
Oh, you are.
Who am I? The creative mentor. My name is Julieta Manrique. I'm a ceramist and I'm an artist. I have a BFA, MFA, and two master's degree. So yeah.
That's going to make a great team.
Julieta, how to say your first name again, please?
Julieta. Julieta.
Spell that.
Julieta. Romeo and Juliet. You are going to be my Romeo today. Romeo.
So Joe recently got the chance to work with Barbara Vogel. Barbara worked with several of our artists at Open Door, teaching them how to do photo transfers for our Altered Lenses exhibition. Joe worked on this big pot with Julieta. Julieta loves photo transfer. She loved Barbara. So this is what the pot looks like. I just wanted to show you the up close pictures of the different things that they transferred on there. And then after it got fired, she helped him do the photo transfers. And then they added marker and gold flakes and some paint, right? Yeah. Which this is not waterproof. So the bowl itself is after it's been fired, but the things that we used on after it is not.
Barb Vogel, she's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he did a photo transfer of himself onto a wooden board, and he added some of his finger knit to it. Yeah, so that's Joe. Oh, and he also does weaving. These are some pieces that he's done for the more art, less plastic as well.
There's 2 pieces on the table over there,
Yeah. All right.
but one's in a smaller frame.
And you use
I use
you
paper,
use plastic bags from the grocery store. Yeah.
Joe, you got a nice, looks like variety of work. What do you like working in best?
I work in both of them the best.
Which one do you like the best?
The weaving.
Weaving?
Okay. You'd rather do weaving than clay. You like to weave. Okay. Beautiful work.
Yes.
And that small.
Yep, I sent them both around so they could see them. And then we have Miss Angela. Yeah, it's definitely not. Angela, you want to come up here?
Thank you. Okay, that's my painting. There's my paintings right there. I did one with Julieta, and I did one with Tether. I did the roses and the flowers and the pumpkins and the haunted house.
So we have an exhibition every year. It's called Are You Afraid of the Art for October.
Yep.
And our artists, that's their favorite show. They get to dress up in Halloween costumes and come and show their artwork. And then the middle piece she did, it was a copycat show. We have a pretty well-known artist, Wallace Peck, that works at our studio. All the artists got to pick a piece of his work and try to replicate it. So that was a fun show. And then you want to talk about the piece in the middle?
Sure, I did. I did that one with Julieta, and she helped me with it a little bit. And I did most of it, and it took about a few weeks to get it done.
What you did?
What I did was I just drawed little designs and then painted them in.
And then we outlined
Transfer
them in a
paper.
paint marker.
Yeah.
So this one is actually the one up at the Rife Gallery right now. And the one on the left, she has sold already.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then this sunset painting, she just finished yesterday, actually.
Yeah, me and Tether did it together. It was fun.
So,
That's one thing I love is colors. Different colors.
She did it.
You have something at the main library? One of those ones, like the flower, looked like something I'd seen at the library. Do you know if you had anything down there?
I don't think so.
Can we see that one behind Joe's head? there?
What, you mean this?
the flower?
No, the other, the flowers.
There's one.
Can you hold it up?
Yeah, I did that one a long time ago.
This is one of your first ones, huh?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Acrylic paint? What kind of paint is that?
Acrylic. Yep.
Oh, yep. Any questions?
Just did.
Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Do you draw it as you go, or do you plan it out, or how do you?
I plan it out and then I draw it, and then once it's drawn, I paint it in.
What's your favorite thing to do?
I don't know. I like painting and coloring. Probably painting, and also I like doing sewing too.
What's your favorite subject matter?
That's a good question. I'll say probably painting.
Just painting.
Yeah.
Do you like to title your works or you just leave them untitled?
I just usually leave them untitled. Sometimes I'll title them. Just depends.
So if the artist doesn't come up with a title, we will title them. So this one is called Full Bloom.
What's the middle one?
That's the one I did from Wally, copied off Wally.
It's a copycat. Yeah.
I like that one on the end with the moon.
You know, the painting of the sun there reminds me of like the Arizona license plates where they have a big bright sun.
Yeah.
Is that where you got the idea or is that just a coincidence?
Just a coincidence.
So
Arizona,
No.
beautiful painting.
Thank you.
we worked on this painting. It's for an upcoming exhibition this year. It's called the Chroma Spectrum. So it's all about just different colors, and so we thought she loves all the different rainbow colors. So
Yeah, they're beautiful.
sure, you want to hold it up?
Sure. Yeah. Who did that above the crowd?
Oh, yeah.
That deserves.
Your colors blend right in with your clothing.
Thank you. Yeah, they do all that.
So, if anybody has any questions for anybody?
The painting in the middle,
Yes.
you did talk about how you put that together. It's a very lovely.
Yes, it
It's on one hand it's abstract, but then the longer I look at it, I feel like I'm seeing images of figures or items. No?
No.
Yeah. Interesting.
It is so beautiful.
Thank you.
Okay. Angela, loves coloring books. So we work with Barb Vogel on transferring. So I learned her technique, and because Angie loves coloring books, I use that transfers on this canvas, and we use carbon paper. But I asked her to transfer all the coloring book that she had and make a collage of images. After that, we connected the dots, connected everything, and she made this image. And after that, She painted over. I asked her to do the colors as we saw the images, and that's it.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
So beautiful color pattern, color harmony. How did you pick to use those colors? The green, yellow, purple. What made you decide those colors?
That's a good question too. Well, they were out, and then I just went when they're out and about.
They meld right across.
The
Yeah,
design
like
is
that.
beautiful.
I see a flower.
That's what I use now.
Yep, that's a flower.
Uh-huh.
The painting on the left makes me think of Jackson Pollock.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You like to do kitties. Do you have a cat?
Oh, we used to have like 4 cats, but now we don't have any cats.
Cute though.
Do you have a title for the one on the left?
I think it's a tie-dye. Sort of like tie-dye colors.
Oh, great. That's wonderful.
Thank you.
Round of applause. And then, Heather, you can bring forth again. Any more?
Deb, do you wanna-
Tim's work or Joe's work?
You want to talk about some more of your drawings?
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about more of your sketches?
Well, I'm done.
You're done?
No, we're not done. We want more.
No more.
Yeah, we more,
You have
more.
to-
more.
Behind you,
Those-
there's a
Oh, you mean this?
Yeah.
These are Tsukumoka Kami from Japanese mythology. Specifically, one of a gong, one of a mask, one of a mirror, and one of a bell hammer.
Yeah, let's use the microphone there, so slow down so we can.
These are the Tsukumogami of a mask, a gong, a bell hammer, and a mirror. They are from Japanese mythology. And their names are Shumoku Musume, Menreiki, Ungaikyo, and Waniguchi.
You speak Japanese.
Have you been reading about that culture for a long time?
I have. And I've also been reading books about yokai, which I've ordered from Amazon, straight from Japan. Thank you.
Did you do the flower or not?
No, I didn't.
The black and white flowers are from Angela.
I asked about Mr. Blackwell about your characters. You said you might put them in a story. You make stories up about them.
Well, they're mainly from another fandom I like called Miraculous Ladybug. It's about two heroes who defend the city from Hawkmoth, who akumas his people with butterflies and transforms them into villains based off of their negative emotions. And so they have to take out the Akuma and purify it before sending it back to Hawkmoth.
Pretty deep.
Yeah. Now, if I were akumatized right now, how I'd be called the presentator and be able to show presentations to everyone else and become a better presenter than I currently am.
Pretty good, sir.
You're doing great.
Of course I am. Thank you.
So, you can often find Tim working on his computer and researching on the internet, right?
Yes.
So you get a lot of your inspiration off the internet and researching?
Of course. The one in the middle is Chiritorida, a monster based off of a dustpan. He is able to create messes in people's rooms with dust, and when people try to clean them, he just messes them up again. And these are inspired by Beauty and the Beast. They are a pair of shoehorns, a letter opener, and an ice pick. And over there is my interpretation of a GL7 gatekeeper droid.
I gotta ask. Just take the one on the left. How long does it take you to come up with that idea? Does it hit you instantly and then you think,
Yeah, kind of instantly. I just come up with the ideas, they connect the dots in my head, and bam, pow.
So sometimes it takes longer to draw than it does to think of it.
Yeah, sometimes I use digital methods.
You must be pretty good on a computer.
Yep.
How were you inspired by the Japanese culture?
Well, I watch plenty of shows based on Japanese culture, such as the Super Sentai / Power Rangers series.
Like anime?
Yeah, it's tokusatsu.
So how do you create your images on your computer? Do you use
Well, I use Paint 3D.
like Paint 3D?
Mm-hmm.
Hard to learn.
Nope. It's simple. I just draw the designs and then and use paint to fill in the colors.
Save it and print it then?
I usually save the images, but I don't print them. I usually put them on my Google Drive. I sometimes crop them too.
So your little image down here.
Yep, that's Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared fan main character. It was supposed to be a crayon box and his crayon companions who were supposed to sing about colors. The green reference crayon is supposed to be a reference to the first ever Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared episode in which the notebook says green is not a creative color. But I do think green is a creative color.
The Irish would think so, for sure.
Yeah.
Can you tell us how old you were roughly when you started doing these characters?
Actually, I was way young when I started doing my drawing thing.
Like 10 years old or?
Yeah, 10 or maybe 8. I've been drawing a long time.
Where would you find yourself encouraged to draw? Who encouraged?
I encourage myself.
Great.
What is the world of wobbly?
It was an exhibition that was in 2024. It was hosted by Blockfort Gallery to show off all of my creations, and I sold quite a lot of them.
Is that a title that you created?
Yeah, Wobbly is my DeviantArt handle. Okay. Any more questions or not?
I want to ask you about DeviantArt. What is that?
It's an art website where I post some of my works.
Type it in, it'll come up with a bunch of art.
Yeah, capital WOBBLEY on DeviantArt. No more questions, please, and thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Well, Joe, do you want to come up
Yeah,
and
Joe,
speak
tell
some
us
more?
No. Joe? Uh-huh. We promise we won't bring you forward again, even though attempted.
Oh,
Here.
That there was made out of plastic.
Do you want to describe how you made
It-
that?
We got a thing over there to start it with.
So we have a
And,
board that has nails on each side, right?
Yeah,
And then how did you make that?
with the needle and
You had to cut all the bags.
Alex did the bags.
Yep. So we just cut the bag as long as we can, around and around and around to make it the longest piece that you can. And then he takes it in a big needle and weaves it through there.
A positive way of looking at plastic.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Of course. Could you not?
Have you been doing art a long time?
Not too long.
He's been at the art studio for 4 years now. So he's learned quite a lot.
Cause
And then you did a cardboard weaving piece.
that big one over there.
Do you paint the cardboard before you cut it, or you?
No, I did it first. Then I painted the cardboard. Then I put yarn in it.
Yeah. What else do you do, Joe?
And
What do you like to do at the art studio?
we
What's your favorite thing?
I used to make purses and chain and wallet purses.
So you're getting into sewing? Yeah.
Let them see it. Bring it here, hon. I'm gonna see what the price is on that. Hold this thing.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about what your typical day is at the art studio? You really like to go on the outings. That's why we come here, huh? I'll hold this.
That's the reason I like to go on outings with them, Heather and Tyler. We go to the art studios, and I get stuff from there to do it.
You get to meet other artists, local artists.
Yeah.
Do you live with your art? Like, do you have it around in your room so you have all these?
No, I do that. I did this at the studio.
But I mean, if you take your stuff home and put it around?
It's for sale at the studio. So when people come in, they can go through all the art that we have. And if they like the piece, they can buy it. And Joe gets 60% of the money. And then the other 40% goes back into supplies for the studio.
And this one here, I did it, and it's $175.
Yeah.
I don't know how much that one is.
Ooh, this one. Wow.
How much is that one over there, Heather?
I don't know. The sticker's not on there.
No, indeed.
We'll get up on square.
Yep.
How did the writing get in this one? If you painted over the curve?
Is what it did. I did the braiding first.
So some of the writing is still on it. So you didn't paint all the pieces?
No, I just painted cardboard.
The other one's plastic? I mean, is it yarn, plastic?
It's plastic all from all the way up to here.
So you use plastic, cardboard, yarn. It looks like a shipping package is what
Right.
you used.
That's what it was.
And you found these pieces just around the studio?
Yeah.
Awesome.
So
What made you make these bags for Miss Ellen?
I just had a mind to put to my health self and make them.
Very nice.
I made this one first. Then I did this one.
And you put some beads on there, turn it around. Yeah.
Very grateful.
So
Any more questions?
and I got that one bowl over there I did. And it's. Angela, bring that bowl.
Is that your favorite piece that you did?
Yeah, that's the one that Alex helped me.
Love it.
Thank you.
Tell us how you did that.
This bottom's made out of clay. And this has all been finger knitted. I had it finger knitted. Then Alex made it stiff like that.
Finger knitting, is that like crocheting?
And
Here, I'll hold it.
Have you done a few of those like that, Joe? A few pieces that are similar to that?
I got 3 pieces like that I did.
What's your price on those, may I ask, roughly?
I don't know what the price is on this one.
I think they're around 100. Around 100.
That one there, when was the top attached to the bottom? Is the clay still soft?
So it would be attached after it's fired. The holes are put in before it gets fired, and then it gets fired, and then he'll attach his finger knits to the ceramic piece.
Alex did the drilling.
So we wait until the ceramic is bone dry, and then you take a little drill, and then you put the holes in it. Yep. So Joe, is this all one piece, or is it several pieces that you tied together?
That's all in one piece. But this here, I knitted it by finger.
Because when I see you do it, usually it's like one string. How do you make them all together?
I flip it over my finger twice,
Mm-hmm.
and I pull it over, then I flip it again and pull it over and it's knotted.
Nice.
I do that 3 times.
Demonstrate that sometimes.
Yeah.
I do finger knitting.
So you have quite a few hours in that piece then, don't you?
How long would it take you
It took
typically to
me
make something like this?
4 days to do that.
4 days. So he's at the studio for 5 hours. So about 20 hours, huh?
Yeah, and that second bowl, took me 3 days to do that one. And that one with the other weaving on it took me a day to do that one. Because we had to go through the hole and up, back through the weave and back and right down. Okay, you can see how I did it on the inside.
Are those embellishments around the edges, is that clay? You know, it looks like frosting or something. Is it made out of clay around the top?
That's clay.
No, it's yarn.
Oh, it's yarn.
It's yarn, same as this is.
Even the one in the middle, that's yarn on that one?
Yeah.
So down in the bowl is a glaze, right? You glazed your bowl first.
And the glaze, we did it. I did that first, so that's going to be a little bit colorful.
Yeah.
I got another bowl over there too, and it's the same as these 2 little ones.
Do you also paint?
Huh?
Do you also paint?
No.
Do you paint
Oh yeah, I painted that one.
this one? So he did photo transfers onto the ceramic bowl and then used the acrylic paint on top of it.
And the next thing, the bowl.
You want to talk about how you worked with Barb and doing the photo transfers?
Okay, me and Hoodiette worked on a bowl there, didn't we?
Do you remember the process of the transfer?
She rolled the stuff out with her hand, and I put it on.
So we use a photo transfer Mod Podge, and we
Yeah.
put it on the surface, and then we'll take the image and lay it. It has to be on paper, and we'll lay the image onto the surface, and then paint more of the Mod Podge over it. You let it dry a little bit, and then you delicately pull the back of the paper off, and it leaves the image onto the surface.
What I did, me and her wetted it down, and we stuck it on there and took a sponge and
To get the paper off, yeah.
And that picture, that's the picture of me with the boogie eyes. And that yarn, when I got it home, I took the yarn off of it. I just got that snail up there in the corner.
Where did you get the idea for the googly eye? Where did you get the idea to put the googly eyes on? It's a lot of fun.
Cause one of the girls had some, and she gave me 2 of them.
Just stuff you find around the studio.
Yeah, yeah.
Very nice.
And I like making stuff for people.
You love it.
You often make bracelets, don't you? Make jewelry.
Yeah.
Adding those little beads is wonderful.
I like doing stuff like braiding and making braids, like my bracelets for people.
Are you from Columbus? Is this where you're from?
Dayton. I was born in Dayton. 8/25/47, but at 8/15, my mom had me.
Oh, yay.
Well,
We're
you're
glad
still a
your
young
mom
man.
had you.
You was born in 47? 1947?
1947.
Yeah, okay. Good math, that's, yeah.
They always called me the monster. You know, I was born by the animal.
Oh, yeah, the like year of the dog, year of the cat, year of the, is that what you mean?
Yeah.
So grateful for your being here and your thoughtfulness in these bags. I love them. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for having us. Does anyone have any questions about the studio?
Angela, do you have any more to say? No? Okay, and
I want to ask about, how do you come up with prices? That's an interesting.
We just come up with them off the top of our head. We look at each other. How much do you think? So, yeah. It's not no formula.
So, would Joe have the final say of the price of the one that she had her hand over there, or would you suggest something to him?
So if the artist has a price in mind, that will go with that. It's their work and their time that they're putting into it. But if we think it's too low, we might kick it up a little bit, because sometimes they like to say $5 when, we would like to have them make more than that.
That one was like 100 hours of whatever. It was a lot of hours.
Many hours.
20 hours of work, $5 an hour.
Right.
$100. It took 5 hours a day, 4 days. Did the studio used to be on Edge Hill Drive?
I think it used to be off of Grandview, and then it moved to Goodell. And that was like almost when we've been open for 30 years now. So I've only been there for 2.5, but I kind of had some history. I know that they started off on Grandview, and then we bought the building on Goodell. But just last year, we got a studio space at 400. So that's been very exciting. We get to take a group of 4 people with us every day, and we work one-on-one with them from 11 to 3 o'clock. And it just gives them a small, calm space that they can do their work at.
you have a staff member with you. Is it Hanifa?
Miss Julieta.
Anybody's our intern.
Oh, wonderful, from Columbus State.
Oh, Hanifa.
Glad to have you. Yes. What a great gathering. I thank you. You have gifted us for sure, as we mentioned Valentine, huh? you've given us a caring and loving presence today in the vigil of Valentine, huh? With your talent. Did you have a good time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We all had a good time.
Oh, wonderful. Well, and I thank you for being the one who brought all of you. How many? You've been coming here quite a while for Conversations and Coffee.
Coming for over a year now.
Yeah, and just, when I got the insight, why not join us and share your work? So I thank you.
Well, I thank you
Thank
for
you.
giving them this
Uh-huh.
opportunity.
Thank you.